I had this week what I would consider a mission-changing experience. In fact, one of the turning points of the work of my progression as a missionary and as a faithful member of the church. I've always been really bad at contacts. But one thing that's helped me get better is remembering the love I've had for these people. That's why when I was a greenie, I could contact just as well as basically up to last week. Why? Because I love the people and I wanted to share something with them. And that took me to a good point, if when I kept that in mind. But then I realized, finally, I got to the point where I realized, love is part of it. But not all of it. Because I still have this fear inside of me. I have this, and I never understood why. I could never convince myself that it was worth it to just go out there and open your mouth. I could never just convince myself of that. It's always too tough. And I was sitting there on the corner, Friday afternoon, and a couple of people from Argentina are standing about 10 feet away. And I was sitting there thinking about, should I talk to them or not? And I was thinking, well, same old thing, yeah, that would be great. And, but I don't know if I can, I don't feel like I can, I started thinking, I was like, well, shows how much faith you have. And I thought about it, yeah. And then a scripture came to mind, if you had faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you'd be able to move mountains. I don't know about you, but me, I always thought, sure, if God came down and said, hey, move that mountain, then I would be able to move it, right? Then I applied that a little more personally, more close. And I said to myself, if you can't even do something as simple as opening your mouth and talking to someone, how in the world do you expect to move mountains? That's simple. And it reminded me that it's really all about the little things, faith. And it's such a simple principle, but it's such a universal one. Well, needless to say, 5 seconds later I was hopping on over there and talking to Mendocinos, and it was great, and I had a great conversation. They were really nice, and it was fine. The next day was Saturday. Saturday we had one appointment in a 12-hour workday. I realized, okay, our teaching pool is virtually deserted. Our contact pool is rotting of age. We need to find people. And I knew, I woke up in the morning, I can feel it in my bones, that if I did what I was supposed to do, which is open my mouth in all places at all times, that we would find people. I knew that that was going to happen. I read scripture, D&C 31, open your mouth and your tongue will be loosed. And that gave me the faith and the confidence necessary. I gotta tell you this, within 1 hour, the first hour, I got 4 phone numbers and addresses. One of those was Esteban and his friend Pablo, both from Costa Rica. We got them last night, one of the best first discussions. Such sincere people, just waiting to hear the truth. And where did we find them? We found them in the place where it was the absolute hardest for me to find, because I lacked faith. Not because I didn't want to, not because I didn't love them, but because I didn't have enough faith. And I learned that and I applied it. And missionary work has been everything it should be since then. Watching the Call to Serve video always made me feel guilty in the past. Why? Because you see missionaries talking to people on subways, on buses, and on the street, and everything. That's what the video shows. I never did that as well as I wanted to, but now I will. And we have been, and we've seen our contact pool double. And we've seen a couple getting ready to hop into the teaching pool already. So it's paid off. all the stress, all the hard work, it's finally paying off, and it's finally becoming effective. You know, I guess that's the fruits of really going out there and kicking your own butt on what's the hardest, right? I just want to share that it's been a really good week, and I take no credit for it, because if it was up to me and my own intuition, it would have never happened. I guarantee that to you. But with the Lord, all things are possible. That's such a simple phrase, and we all know it. We all know it. All things are possible. But applying it is a completely different ballpark.